Phil? What are you going to tell Jessie about tonight? I mean, about taking so long?
I don't know. Whatever I say, she'll have her suspicions. Oh, maybe it's better that way. She'll learn to accept the facts about us this way.
Oh, Phil, why can't they just love each other without hurting anyone else?
We've tried everything to fight this thing. And we've ended up by finding out we love each other. We can't deny it. We belong to one another. We can't let anyone stand in our way.
It's getting late, Phil.
Yeah, I'll be right up. Thank you.
What'd you like for breakfast?
Nothing. I'm not hungry. Coffee's fine.
You want some toast?
No, I'm not hungry. Are you having breakfast?
I'm not hungry either. Ken Martin came by last night on his way back from the hospital.
Huh?
Came by to take Cynthia home.
That's kind of stupid after he called and told her not to expect him back because of his coronary patient.
Well, he was through sooner than expected, and he called her apartment, but there wasn't any answer. I guess he thought she'd still be here.
Well, misconnections both ways. It's too bad.
We had coffee while we were waiting for you.
That's great.
When you didn't come back, and you didn't come back, and you didn't come back, you finally went home.
Look, I wasn't gone that long.
Well, I didn't time it exactly, but it was over an hour.
All right, so we were talking, and I lost track of time.
Cynthia lose track of time?
Maybe so. Didn't seem so important last night. You weren't worried about it last night.
I wasn't?
You were sound asleep when I came
I was
home.
not sound asleep.
All right, then you acted as though you were. You didn't talk to me.
I didn't feel like talking to you.
Why? Because I took Cynthia home and I happened to stay out a little while talking to her?
There isn't any point to this right now, is there? I have to be at the hospital by 7:30.
So do I.
I'll take your cup. You're not dressed.
Look, Jessie, I don't want you to be sore at me.
I'm not sore at you.
Good.
I guess I just don't understand this.
You don't understand what?
Well, we invite Cynthia and Ken over to dinner to celebrate their engagement. You take Cynthia home, and you're gone more than an hour.
What do you think we were doing?
You told me what you were doing. You were talking.
Oh, for Pete's sake, we were sitting in the car, we were talking, right? I walked her to her apartment building, we talked a little longer. We had a lot to talk about.
Well, I'm sure you did. Did you talk about her marrying Ken?
Yes.
You suggest that she not marry Ken?
Now, that would have been too smart, would it? Because she is marrying him. She's engaged to him. And she didn't ask my advice about that before she made up her mind about it.
Any reason she should?
No, of course not. She'll do what she wants to do.
You talk about anything else besides your feelings about Ken Martin?
Yes, we talked about several things.
Did you talk about me?
Yes, we said some things about you.
Oh?
I told her how much I care about you, and which I'm indebted to you for all you've done for me.
Did it really take you that long to tell her that you're obligated to me?
Of course not. That's not what I meant. Well, what do you think? There's no law against talking, is there?
I guess there isn't. Ken was a little concerned about how long you and Cynthia took.
Well, why should he be? He's engaged to her, isn't he? What does he want?
He seems to think there's a very close relationship between you and Cynthia.
What's that supposed to mean, close relationship? Look, we're friends. She was a patient in the hospital. I'm trying to help her out at the nursery school. I like her.
I know that, but
But what?
I think Ken is worried about a lot more than that.
I can't help what Ken is worried about. If we keep this up, I'm going to be late for work. It's not really getting us anywhere, is it?
No, it's not getting us anywhere. Not any place I want to get to. I'll get it in. Yes, Dr. Hardy. Angie Costello, yes. Yes, I'll get her for you. Angie, this is Jessie Brewer at the hospital. Yes, would you hold on a moment, please? Dr. Hardy would like to speak to you.
Yes, Jessie.
I have Angie for you, Dr. Hardy.
Oh, thank you. Jessie, I'm going to be in Mrs. Lyons' room for a few minutes.
All right, Dr. Hardy.
Oh, I meant to ask you, how did the engagement party go last night for Ken and Cynthia?
If you really want to know, it was pretty awful.
Well, that's too bad. Was that a dream last night or the real thing? Yeah. Cynthia, meet me at Scott's at 1 o'clock, will you?
Phil must be calling Cynthia. He always calls her from the payphones. He doesn't want it to go through the switchboard. It's too personal.
Jessie.
I just saw her last night.
Look, Jessie, Ken and Cynthia are engaged to be married.
They're engaged, but they're not married yet. I wonder if they ever will be.
Should have allowed ourselves to say we love each other.
Now, you know you're not making a mistake. You don't love Ken, you love me. So you're not marrying Ken. I won't let you.
But what can we do? What can we possibly do? Well, I can't let myself be in a position where I could ruin Jessie's life.
But it won't ruin Jessie's life. But Jessie's a strong person. She has a lot of friends, a lot of interests. She has her work.
Yes, she's devoted to her work, her nursing.
Besides, she already knows that our marriage isn't what it should be. So she can start a new life.
Oh, Phil, do you really think so?
Yes. Of course, I want to be as gentle and as understanding about this as I can, but it's not the end of the world for Jessie.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Then what are you going to do, Phil?
Well, after I left you last night, I thought a lot about that. I hardly slept last night.
Neither did I.
I thought about you. About us last night.
Oh, Phil, that's all I could think about.
And finally, I thought about what we have to do. First, you've got to see Ken. You've got to tell him. Tell him that the engagement's off. You love me.
I see.
And after Ken knows about us, I'll tell Jessie. I want to be completely honest with Jessie. I'll tell her that I'm in love with you and I want to be free to marry you.
Oh, Phil, I don't know. I'm scared.
Oh, don't be. Look, Cynthia, if we don't go through with this, there'll be 4 very unhappy people. Unhappy the rest of our lives.
I can't help it. I'm scared.
Hey, you do want us to be together, don't you?
Phil, of course I do.
Well, all it's going to take is a little bit of courage and facing facts. There's one thing that makes it simpler, a lot simpler. Jessie and I don't have any children.
Phil, I couldn't go through with this if there were children involved.
Well, we have that to be grateful for.
Yes. Oh, I don't know. I just don't know. First I think one thing, then I think another thing, and I just can't make up my mind.
Well, I'm going to make up our minds for both of us. Now, as soon as you can, you're going to see Ken, and you're going to tell him about us. And when he knows about us, I'll tell Jessie. Of course, I don't like to. She's going to be hurt.
Oh, Phil, she's going to be terribly hurt.
But my point is that she won't be destroyed. Look, we've got to go through with this. I'll do all I can to spare her, but she's got to know the truth.
Oh, Phil, if only you weren't married. And to someone as wonderful as Jessie.
But I am. So that leaves us with the only thing we can do. You know, it's like a critical medical problem. You wish there wasn't one. But you can't ignore it. It's there. All you can do is approach it step by step and hope for the best.
I suppose so.
And that's what we're going to have to do here. But Cynthia, it'll be better for all involved. And for all 4 of us. For Ken, for Jessie, you and I. So that we'll be exposed to a life of happiness. Not be condemned to a life of misery.
You're right, Phil. I'll tell Ken.
Good.
Thank you. You know, it's going to be a lot harder for you than it will be for me.
Well, I think it's going to be rough on both of us. All 4 of us.
You know, the one I'm most worried about is Jessie.